Hey guys, we are back with some more Seattle franchise mode, and we are in free agency right now, but I don't think we're going to be making any moves here because I'm comfortable with our forward group. The best forward in free agency is Max Pacioretty. He's 33 years of age. He wants a very hefty contract, $8 million for 7 years. That takes him until he's 40. We really can't afford that. Wayne Simmons, I mean, he's a good option right there, but again, when you take a look at our forward core that we currently have, I think it's already pretty much rounded out, at least for right now, with the group that we have. As you take a look at contracts here, we'll go to forwards. You see the top six is Zadina, Henrich, Crab, Fawcett, Nuge, and Toffoli. That's pretty much it right there, unless we want to switch Kreider and Toffoli, maybe get a power forward on with Nuge and Fawcett, then put Toffoli on the third line with Mowers and De Silva. Actually, I think that's what I might do. But, I mean, we have a very, very solid forward core as it is right now. And obviously, there's still growth to be had during the offseason, so we'll see that. And then defensively, there has been some controversy surrounding the pair of Boychuk and Brodin. Now, you know, every skate, there's not too many guys in the NHL who don't have a bad season, you know? So I think we're going to give Brodin one more chance. If he doesn't redeem himself by the trade deadline, then we're obviously going to be trading him because there's no room for mediocrity on this team. But he is the captain, and every season he has had for us so far in the past besides this past season, has been pretty good, to say the least. So I want to give Brodin another chance to play alongside of Boychuk, and if that doesn't work, then we'll switch him around with some other defenseman, maybe pair him with Liljegren, I don't know, but if it doesn't work out, we'll trade him. If it does, he's staying. So we'll give him one more chance, and then obviously Boychuk. So the defensive core from last year staying exactly the same. We're going to see how it works out, because I feel like the forwards kind of played a role in that, especially Jake Gensel last year with, I think it was just not as good of a top six last year as we were going to have this year, because as you see with Zadina, Henrich, Crab, Fawcett, all these guys are going to get growth. Ryan Mowers, Stuart De Silva as well, so I don't think we're going to have any excuses this upcoming year as like we did last year. So that would be about it, I believe. And as you saw there, Toffoli does not want to re-sign. So my plan for Toffoli is, if we're not like a top-of-the-line team, like if we're just marginally squeaking into the playoffs, then we're going to have to think about trading Toffoli, because it's about optimizing the team the way that a championship team should be playing. You know, I mean, obviously once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen, but with this game, I realize if you're not having consistent winning patterns of like maybe 3-to-1 win-loss ratio, then it's not gonna be much different in the playoffs. So, but that is a topic for later on in the season towards the trade deadline. So, with that being said, let's get to the start of year number 6. Though I believe we have some prospects to sign here first. Yep, Watt, the goalie. And then Rob Bruce accepted the low elite potential, 79 overall, 19 years of age defenseman. So we now have a defenseman who can provide some competition in case Brodin does really struggle this year. We can maybe, just for like a game or two, take Brodin out of the lineup, just light a fire, you know? So we have competition on defense now. That's very important. And Henrik Edler accepted as well. So that is, I believe, it. Let me just make sure that we're within the salary cap here. The cap floor and the cap ceiling. I believe I saw we have 15 mil left, 15.1. Here's the thing though, if we make a trade, then we're going to be at the cap floor. So I think I want to sign like one fill-in player for right now, just so we have some breathing room in both directions with the salary cap. And it's not going to be any big free agent here. We're just going to sign some depth the playoffs, someone who's really old, who could provide some experience, like maybe Thomas Plekanec. Yeah, sure. We'll sign him to, let's say, I probably shouldn't have done that. That wouldn't have made much sense because he was already asking for more than the minimum amount. But let's just go up to, let's say, 5 million, just so we have enough breathing room. So 5 mil for 1 year for Thomas Plekanec to fill out the cap. And that'll be about it. So let's now, as soon as Plekanec signs, move on to year number 6. Here we go. And yep, there's Plekanec. Let's go. Okay, year number 6 time. Let's check out the growth of our younger players. It appears we may have had some pretty good growth here because we're now listed as champion. We should be a pretty good team this year, to say the least. So, yep, Filip Zadina, 89 overall. I'm glad he's worth that $8.9 million for an 89 overall. That makes some sense there as to why he was asking for such a big contract. Now, Danny Henrich, that's unusual. 88 overall, but still a second-line forward. That's a little odd, and Pete Boychuk unfortunately did not grow, and if he did, it wasn't enough to shift his overall or to get him to being a top 2 defenseman. But you know what? That's all right. He's pretty much a top 2 defenseman at this point in my book because 88 overall, he's got that 95 offensive awareness. He's got puck skills of almost 90 in every category. He's got that defense up there at 90, 89, 91. Then the physical category, I don't think is going to develop too much more for him. So he's pretty much, I think, already about at his peak. So we can play him on the top 2 this year. Nelson Crabbe, 87 overall, first line forward, 91 offensive awareness. Let's take a look at his stats from last year, 34 goals. Hopefully he has like a 40 or 50 goal season this year on the first line. Second line forward for Jake Fawcett, 86 overall, 92 offensive awareness. Oh my goodness, look at the defensive category. Stick checking, 99, shot blocking, 91, defensive awareness, 88. Definitely a penalty killer right there. Is actually appears to be an all-around player in terms of offensive and defensive awareness, but I would use him more as a penalty killer, to be honest, than as a power play guy. Tyler Toffoli, 85. Mowers is an 85 now for second line forward. Jeez, who are we gonna? You know what? That's something I didn't think about. Who are we gonna go with for our center core? Like, Ryan Mowers is an 85. Nuge is an 85. Henrich is an 88. So Nuge is technically the only legitimate first line forward based on EA Sports. But Henrich is the highest overall by far. But he's still, for some reason, listed as the second line forward. I don't know why that is. Maybe I have to exit out of the game or something. I don't know. Maybe that's still a thing. Jonas Brodin, 84. Good to know he didn't drop off. Christopher Tanev, 84. He only has 1 year left on his contract, but I checked. He does want to re-sign with us, and he wants to re-sign for cheaper. So maybe if we're having a good season, like not just marginal season, if we're having a season where we're one of the best teams in the league, then I would definitely consider re-signing him. Timothy Liljegren, 83 overall. Chris Kreider, 83 overall, second line forward. Man, look at this team. It's so deep. Nathan Beaulieu, 83 overall. Derek Pouliot, 82. He needs a jump, man. He's had 3 consecutive 50-point seasons in a row. You're telling me that's not worth at least a 1 or 2 overall points boost? Come on, EA Sports. Stuart Silva, 82 overall, third line scorer. I mean, he looks solid as well there. Now we have 7 defensemen. Rob Bruce up to an 81 overall, so he's technically NHL ready right there. Philip Danault, 80. Pavelski, 80. Plekanec, 78. He's not playing on the main roster. And Lawton, 78. He will be playing on the fourth line. So, and then goaltenders, Korpisalo, 87. And Lop, look at that, 82. So he's starting to show some promise there as the backup goaltender. So, yeah, 7 defensemen now. We got to figure that out. Maybe we consider moving either Tanev or Beaulieu before the trade deadline. I don't know, because we do have this guy, Rob Bruce, here. We do need to know how he plays, though. Because if he doesn't simulate well, then we're just not going to play him. Because this is a championship caliber team as of right now. So, and then the minors, you got McMuffin, Popowich, and then Edler is a 75. Good thing we signed him. He might be some depth for the playoffs. And let's see, goaltenders for Robev and Watt, and then defensemen, Pistola, Anderson, Hansen, Lajoie, Hansen, and Spencer. Appears to be all set for defense down there. And honestly, appears to be set for forwards as well. Yeah, so I don't think we need to make any signings for the AHL this year, it appears. So that's good news. Don't have to waste more time than we need to. And then forwards, I'll just keep Plekanec up here. It doesn't really matter. But he would just be taking away time from the young guys in the AHL anyway. So set best lines. And this is what the computer has to say. So Henrich, Crab, Zadina, Fawcett, Nuge, Toffoli, Kreider, Mowers, De Silva, Lawton, Pavelski, Dano. I mean, that looks really good. That looks really good. I'm just trying to decide, should Nuge go on the first line since he's a first line forward technically? Or, I mean, Henrich with that 96 offensive awareness though. But he's still technically, for some reason, not a first line forward. You know what? It might be that the game's like, you know, glitching or something. I might have to save and exit and then go back into the game or something. And then for defense, it's saying Tanev and Boychuk. I mean, I'll go with it. I mean, that's two right-handed defensemen together, but you know that pair of Brodin and Boychuk really didn't work last year. I guess I'll go with Pouliot and Brodin and then Beaulieu and Liljegren, because Beaulieu and Liljegren worked really well last year. Now, Pouliot and Brodin, I don't know what that's going to do, and I don't know what two left-handed defensemen is going to do and two right-handed defensemen together is going to do on the same pair, but we had to shake up that Brodin-Boychuk pairing somehow, so we'll give Brodin the opportunity to play with Pouliot, who is a pretty much a guaranteed 50-point man at this point for some reason. No idea why, but I'm not going to question it. So Korpisalo and then Lop, of course. So, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I just to be sure that this is not a classic EA Sports glitch. I'm going to save and exit back out of the game, and I'll see you guys in 1 second, just so that we can get the true role of Danny Henrich, because I'm really suspicious of that. Like an 88 second line forward. I mean, it might be a shooting category, but that should be a first line forward in my mind. So I'm going to just quickly hop off and we'll see if Henrich is actually a first line forward. 1 sec. Okay, so Henrich is indeed a second line forward. So for right now, we will be starting him on the second line, just see how it works out. And then if, you know, things aren't working out so well, then we can obviously make changes on the fly. We can put him up to the first line. But for right now, Nuge is staying on the first line with Crab and Zadina, who will be on the left. And then we'll go with Fawcett, Henrich, and Kreider. Kreider to get that physical presence there. And then De Silva, Mowers, and Toffoli. And then Dano, Pavelski, and Lawton. Defensively, we have Boychuk on the left because that worked out well for him for some reason last year. Then Tanev, and then Pouliot and Brodin, and then Beaulieu and Liljegren. And then on the power play, we have Zadina, Henrich, Toffoli, Boychuk, and Pouliot. And then second line is De Silva, Mowers, Crab, Nuge, and Liljegren. And then four-man, we have Nuge, Zadina, Boychuk, Pouliot, Henrich, Crab, Brodin, and Liljegren. And then penalty kill, we have Pavelski, Zadina, Brodin, and Boychuk are reunited for the penalty kill. And then Mowers and Fawcett, and then Beaulieu and Tanev. And then three-man penalty kills, Pavelski, Brodin, Boychuk, Zadina, Beaulieu, Tanev. Then 4-on-4, Nuge and Zadina with Boychuk and Tanev. Henrich and Crab with Pouliot and Brodin. And then Mowers and Fawcett with Beaulieu and Liljegren. 3-on-3, Nuge, Zadina, Boychuk. Henrich, Crab, Pouliot. Mowers, Fawcett, Liljegren. And then extra attackers, Henrich and Mowers. Shootout is Crab, Nuge, Zadina, Toffoli, and Boychuk. And then goaltenders, Korpisalo and Lop. And then scratched are Thomas Plekanec and Rob Bruce, who I do want to get in eventually. But for right now, we'll see how the defensive core of last year works out with the new pairings of Boychuk and Tanev, and then Pouliot and Brodin. So that'll be about it for setup right there. Now, let's see. Captains and jerseys, let's just make sure everything is all the way we want it. Pavelski and Nuge are alternates, and Brodin is the captain. Yes, okay, that works for me. And yep, we're good. Okay, so now let's get into the scouting. Let's view the draft class. A bunch of off-season stuff still to do before we get to the preseason. So Bear Downey, it's a great name. Damian Bird. There's a bear and a bird. Oh my. Ben Morris, Will Mahalik, Calvin Claxon, Brad Bobby Lev, Ned Pyatt, Jacob Mayer, Wade Bartlett, Shannon Pasquale, Bear Payer, another bear. My goodness. Cody Kapusta, JC Agon, Joey Sod, Edward Shaw, Tim Reed, Edwin Hunt, Alvin Saunders, Preston O'Brien, Darcy Donnelly, Tom David, Wayne Kean, Harvey Brodziak, Cam Olson, Ben Pinot, Yuka Makinen, Alvin Rafalski. All right, I'm not going to go through them all, but got some weird names here. Bear Downey. That's great. So, but I wasn't even looking at the where they're based, because I have a pretty solid guess, and it's not even a guess at this point. It's literally known that they're in the WHL, so we'll go there first. And with that done, I believe we can finally get into the preseason for year number 6. Let me just make sure that everyone in the minors is dressed. They should be. Yep, there you go. All right, that looks good. And let us get into the preseason of year number 6 here. First, let's go into settings and make sure everything is good. So rules, injuries are on, and auto-rotate goalies are on. Okay, there you go. So it's a good thing I went into settings there. Otherwise, Korpisalo would be starting every game. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, you got to give him a break every once in a while. So we will simulate ahead. And you know what? I wanna play another game here. Versus Edmonton. We're not going to play the whole game. We'll just play the third. But still, I want to play with these new and improved Seattle Emeralds. Or Emerald Empire, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I just say Emeralds for short. Let's go. All right, so we have goals by Pete Boychuk, Ryan Mowers, and Danny Henrich. So let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. First line was Zadina, Nuge, and Crab. Let's see what they can do. All high numbers as well. 87, 93, and 82. Interesting. Usually there's like a low number in there, like even a single digits, like number 9 or something like that. McDavid goes in on Korpisalo, but Korpisalo robs him as Slepyshev over to Larson. And Nuge intercepts the old Edmonton Oiler in Seattle. And Benson takes that for Edmonton. Slepyshev with the shot on Korpisalo. Korpisalo almost sends that into his own net on the pass to Tanev, but is taken by Crab. And Crab is in on the backhand. Saved by Hollett, the Edmonton Oilers goaltender for this game. Second line out there, Fawcett, Henrich, and Kreider. See what they can do, along with Pouliot and Brodin. And Hollett lets that go. Over to Hagen. Over to Bear. Another Bear. Bolesky. Poked by Pouliot. Gets that. And Brodin intercepts. Good start to the preseason for him. Henrich. Along the boards. Loses it to Hagen. After the hit by Bolesky. Bolesky goes in. Dekes out Brodin. And Henrich makes sure that gets into the legs of Korpisalo. Third line out there now, De Silva, Mowers, and Toffoli with Beaulieu and Liljegren. Number 83 is Mowers, and let's see what De Silva is. Delay penalty coming up here against Edmonton. I believe I saw De Silva was 91. Probably should have looked at that when we were doing the captains and jerseys, but yep, 91 is De Silva. And I believe the hook there by Castles, either the hook or the high stick. Yep, hook. All right, here we go. Power play time. Henrich, Zadina, Toffoli, Boychuk, and Pouliot. Let's see. Can they produce something here? Bolesky gets that out for Edmonton. And dumps it in. Chased by Pouliot. Pouliot. Up to Toffoli. Toffoli. Is in. Dekes out the Oilers. And finds Henrich in the middle for Zadina, who is on front of the net but gets shoved. And Bolesky takes that in, and he's still in the defensive zone of the Edmonton, I should say, Seattle Emeralds. We'll say for now. And Henrich on the break. Can he do it? He can. And the custom celly. 4-1 Seattle on the goal. The first preseason goal by Danny Henrich. Well, actually, no, he already got one in the simulation, but we'll just pretend that's his first goal, all right? Yep, the good inside-outside deke, and goes to the corner on the Edmonton Oilers goaltender. So very nice goal by Henrich there. Toffoli over to Liljegren. Liljegren looking for space. He gets through and finds De Silva on the right. Over to Beaulieu for Liljegren. Back to Beaulieu. Tries to get that on it. Goes wide. De Silva. Oh, hit the post with the shot. And Tikhonov gets that for Edmonton, but not for long as Mowers gets that. And gets it to Liljegren. Beaulieu holds. Gets it back to Liljegren. Over back to Beaulieu with the shot that gets deflected. Larson up to Tikhonov. And fourth line getting out there finally for Seattle. Great productive shift by the third line. As Tikhonov over to Koronen, I believe is that name. And Dano. Over to Tanev. And we have another power play for Seattle. May as well get the second line out there now. De Silva, Mowers, Crab, Nuge, and Liljegren. Let's see. Mowers wins that. Back to Liljegren, and he has to drop for De Silva. Gets it back for Nuge. Nuge, circling, finds... Oh, come on, De Silva. And we have to go back for it as Liljegren is pinned by an Oiler, but obtained by De Silva. De Silva up to Crab. Nelson Crab circling. Looks at his options. Finds Liljegren. Liljegren with the shot that goes wide. De Silva. De Silva shot that gets blocked in front. He gets it back. Over to Liljegren. Liljegren with the wrist shot that is blocked also by an Edmonton Oiler. And Seattle has to regroup. Nuge back in. Over to Crab with the shot. Oh my goodness, what a goal. What a goal by Nelson Crab. As I believe that went 5-hole on the Oilers goaltender. Let's see that again. Second power play goal of the game. Or of the third period, I should say. Maybe one of the previous goals was on the power play as well. So hopefully that's a good sign for the playoffs for next year, for this upcoming year. I believe that was 5-hole. Can I see that at a better angle or something, EA? Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Yep, that went 5-hole on Hollett. My goodness. I don't honestly remember the last time I saw a goal like that in this game, so I mean, I know I scored it, but still. Pretty good. Pretty solid. So Tanev tries to get that to Crab, but it is poked ahead, and Edmonton will take it in their own zone. Gets it to Rankin. Rankin over to Bolesky. Bolesky is going in, but can't get the shot away, and Strome takes it, and Tanev obtains inside, next to the net, and I don't know what that was. That was a huge mistake by me. That's what that was. As Bolesky takes that, finds Strome, and Boychuk cannot get that puck back, but Crab does instead, and tries to send Nuge, but sends Datsuk of the Oilers instead. As Strome gets that to Koronen for Datsuk. For Strome and Korpisalo with the glove save. As Boychuk obtains that. Sends for Crab. Should probably get another line out there now. Crab's been out there a while. For Boychuk. For Fawcett. And Fawcett looking. Finds Brodin. Finds Fawcett once more. Brodin for Kreider. Oh, come on, Brodin. I hate that so much. Brodin gets that up to Henrich. Henrich looking for a pass. Doesn't find any. I was trying to go for Brodin there, but Pouliot just swept in and said, nope, I'm taking that. And then Strome shot on Korpisalo. Good save. Pouliot takes for Fawcett. And Fawcett circles Pouliot. Brodin, the slap shot. Kreider in the middle. And that does not go past Edmonton's goalie, so we have to try that again here. Kreider for Henrich. Henrich gets his own rebound. Circling the net. Come on, Pouliot. Korpisalo, we may as well have some fun here. Oh my, I thought Korpisalo was going to send Danault right there. And he pretty much did. But I thought it was going to be like a breakaway situation where Danault would have it on his stick. But, I mean, that was still created an offensive opportunity for Seattle. So that's well done by Korpisalo right there. 40 seconds remaining in the period. And blocker saved by Korpisalo. Slapashev gets it poked off by Pouliot. And Bear, I think, almost got tripped there, but it appears we're getting away with one here as there's no delay penalty. As Pavelski, fourth line out there now. Pavelski gets, keeps it. I was about to say get it around the net. That's what I wanted to do. 15 seconds remaining, and Seattle appears to have this all wrapped up. As Pavelski takes that in for one more time. Gets it around for Danault. And they're just wasting time at this point. Are Seattle. And they have a 5-1 win on their hands in the preseason. Alright, so let's get the rest of the preseason simmed, and then we may as well go like 1 month in this video, because I know you guys are going to want to see some of that simulation, see what is going and what's not. I mean, obviously you can't judge too much off of 1 month of hockey, but we can at least get a preview of what we can hope to see for this upcoming season, as we are now done with the preseason and we go 4-2-1. That is not an issue with me. Preseason does not matter at all, so I'm not even going to look at the stats, as a matter of fact. So we're going to go right ahead to November 1st and see what happens. Game against Nashville, 4-2 loss, 3-2 loss against New York Islanders, 2-0 win against the Arizona Coyotes, and a 4-3 win against the Chicago Blackhawks. All right, I can't complain. 5-2 win. That's what I like to see. Keep it going. Keep it going. Scouting assignment. We will go WHL defenseman 6 weeks, because that's where you usually go in this game. Overtime win against St. Louis. Very nice. And a win and another win. We just keep racking them up. Very nice. Keep it going, boys. Columbus, last game of the month. There you go. We end it on an overtime win. How many overtime wins is that? I'm curious. 1, 2, 3. 3 overtime wins already in the first month. So could have gone either way there, I suppose. So we could be like 4-2-2, 4-2-3 right now. But thankfully, we're 7-2-0. Getting off to a great start to the season is Seattle, and Philip Zadina with 13 points in his first 9 games. That is what I like to see. That is worth $8.9 million at that rate. So hopefully he can keep that up. Nelson Crab with 9 points. 5 goals already. Henrich with 7. Toffoli with 7. Nuge with 6. Pouliot with 6. Boychuk with 5. Liljegren with 5. Tanev with 4. he's ought to start the season, I suppose, for his standard. Joe Pavelski with 4 on the 4th line. Lawton with 3. Brodin. De Silva with 3 as well. Mowers with 2. Fawcett with 2. Beaulieu with 2. Kreider and Danault with 1. So no one is pointless. on this team. Zadina's +6. Tanev, Boychuk is a plus. All right, that's good to see. Good to see that he's finally, a plus for right now. Now, that might be because he's playing with Tanev, and if it is, then we'll keep that pair together. And Crab is +3, Beaulieu's +2. And I would guess that means Liljegren's he's an even. So Brodin is still a minus. He's minus with Pouliot. But Pouliot has 6 points. So maybe playing with Pouliot, I mean, I don't know what the difference between playing with Pouliot and playing with Boychuk would be for Brodin, because they're both point scorers, right? But you have to change something, So we'll just see how it works. So as we take a look at shots here, 38 for Nelson Crab, my goodness. 33 for Stuart DeSilva. So Stuart DeSilva is very much a shooter, so that's good to know. Ryan Moses appears to be a shooter as well. 24 shots. 21 for Nuge, 20 for Zadina, 20 for Toffoli. Looking good so far. Yeah, that looks good. Shooting percentage, this will be interesting. Zadina with 25, Henrich 25, Lawton 20. I mean, these all probably come back down to earth, but good to see on the start. Time on ice, people, 27 27 minutes and 22 seconds of ice time per game for Pete Boychuk. He is eating up the minutes over there for defensemen. So hopefully he continues to dominate. And let's see, centers. Yep, Pavelski, 56.1 on faceoffs. Nuge, 52.1. Mowers, 49.3. And Henrich only 37.7. So that's... might want to change that up a little bit. Maybe move him to the wing. Let's see, hits. Crab, Lawton, Zadina, Tanev, Brodin. All right, so Brodin has got his physical mojo back a little bit, I suppose, hopefully. I mean, again, it's a little too early to judge, but we'll see how that pans out. Beaulieu with 14, Kreider with 11, Boychuk, Nuge, Danault with 10, DeSilva with 8, Pavelski with 7, and everyone down here. Let's take blocks. 21 for Tanev, 14 for Boychuk, 14 for Beaulieu, 11 for Liljegren. Then as we check giveaway to takeaways, we may as well do defenseman for this first, because it's a little easier to track that way. Because there's so many things you need to look at there. So Tanev and Beaulieu with 10 giveaways so far. Boychuk with 6, Brodin with 5, Liljegren with 5, and Pouliot with 2. And then takeaways, Beaulieu has 7, Brodin has 6. Okay, so redeeming himself so far is Jonas Brodin. I'm glad I gave him another chance here. But again, we'll see how everything works out through the rest of the season. Timothy Liljegren with 4, Pouliot with 3, Tanev with 3, and Boychuk so far with 0 takeaways. That's a bit odd. But he's getting the points so far, so can't really complain too much. And we will check forwards for giveaways and takeaways. So giveaways, Henrich, Mowers, yeah, all the offensive players. Let's check takeaways. So, Fawcett. He's doing pretty well for himself there so far. Danault with 8. Oh, he's getting it done as well. Mowers, Nuge, Henrich, Crab, DeSilva, Toffoli, Zadina, Kreider, Pavelski, and Lawton. All right, so, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So goaltenders, let's see. Jonas Korpisalo with an 897 save percentage. Hopefully that gets back up there. I don't know what it a bit is about Korpisalo. He appears to do much better in the playoffs. At least last year he did. So, I mean, again, it's a little early to judge, but hopefully that does not continue for Jonas Korpisalo. And Brandon Lopp with a 905. So that'll be about it for this one. I'm pretty sure this video has gone on long enough already. I don't know the exact time of it, but I know it's pretty long. So I'm going to end it off right here. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.